What's up, everybody? My name's Steve. I'm the blue collar cook, and I've lost 150 pounds eating food just like this. Alright, this is the most important part of this whole recipe. So if you're not paying attention to the rest, pay attention to this. This is the pancake part. This is the delicious part. So let's go through these ingredients real quick. We got 2 cups of almond flour. We've got 1/4 of a cup of allulose, monk fruit, sweetener, or magic baker. You can use the sweetener of your choice, but I'm using magic baker right here, and I'll put some more options in the description. We've got a 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt. We've got 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We've got 4 eggs. We've got 2/3 of a cup of almond, unsweetened almond milk. We've got 1/4 of a cup of avocado oil. Now listen, this is the sweet part, the magical part. This is important. We've got a 1/2 teaspoon of maple extract and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So we're going to blend all this up and work on our pancake mixture, and it's going to be great. So let's get going. So basically all this is doing is going in the big old Rubbermaid bowl, and we're going to blend it up, and I'm going to divvy mine out different than the original recipe, but we've got all the ingredients. You can do what you want to with it. You can put it in a flat pan, or you can put it in muffin pans, or whatever you want to do. I've got some silicone molds I'm making McGriddles out of, I guess you could say, but let's get it all poured in here and mixed up. And I appreciate any recipe I get from a coworker or a coworker's wife or whatever, because I know that I've already tasted this at work and it was outstanding. So I can't wait. This is the part that's awesome about the whole thing, and the rest of it you can take liberties with, but I think this is the part that was so good. So don't skimp on this. And that maple, oh yeah, that maple syrup extract, that is the stuff. So here we go, just mixing it up. Nothing hard. You can use a mixer if you want to, but why waste the electricity when you can use the old Armstrong mixer? So this is your pancake batter, and man, I tell you, I cannot explain how good this smells and how awesome it's going to be. So you just want it mixed up here nice and evenly. Oh yeah, that's perfect. And hey, look, if you're not making this recipe, you get the possibilities of just this right here are incredible. I can imagine me pouring this in my chaffle maker or whatever, but we gonna stick to plan today and see how this works out. Well, kind of the plan, but all right, so that's mixed up. Okay, so the original recipe calls for you to line a pan like this with parchment paper and pour your pancake mixture in, and you're gonna make 2 layers like that. Like I said, all this is in the description, but I'm taking some major liberties today. So I'm using my pans for a bottom for the silicone molds that I have. And these are like 4-inch bun molds. But I'm going to pour it in each one of these. I don't know how many it's going to make yet, but we'll discover it together. So let's pour it into each one, trying to get them about level or close to level. So I've got my oven preheated to 425. I'm going to put these in there for about 15 minutes. The key here is just stick a toothpick in the middle. If it comes out dry, then you're good to go. So we're going to get these in the oven and move on to the next step. All right, now we're going to talk about the egg layer. Now I've got 10 eggs. I've got a 1/2 cup of the unsweetened almond flour and salt and pepper, about a 1/4 teaspoon of each. You can do it however you want to do it to taste, but we're going to blend all this up, and when that comes out of the oven, I'm going to take those out of the molds, pour this in and do this up, And hopefully my math comes out right. I don't know. So let's get this mixed up and we'll move on. And the cool thing about this is, I mean, this is basically a McGriddle, okay? The pancake batter, that's the most important aspect of this whole recipe. Yes, eggs are delicious. Yes, the sausage I'm putting in it's going to be delicious. You can put ham, you can put any omelet combination you can think of with jalapenos, mushrooms, or whatever. It would work. So get the foundation and you can go with the rest. But we're going to blend this up right quick and get it in the mold here in just a second. So here's the part you can be creative with. I've got a pound of sausage. You can use more or less than this. It's up to you. You can use ham. You can use my liver mush recipe in the description below. But yeah, take some liberties here. Meat of your choice. And I'm going to press this out in the molds that I've already got. I've dumped out the pancake part of this, and I'm going to fill these with eggs. Topped with some cheese. I've got about 2 cups of cheese, but you can just kind of eyeball it and see how you want to do it. I dropped the oven down to about 350 for the eggs. So let's eyeball it. I don't do good at eyeballing, but you might. I want to leave a little bit of room for my cheese on top because I want it all to blend together. Alright, there's that. And I'm going to just put some cheese on top. I use some good old Cabots. Feel free to use whatever you like. But I like the Cabots, and I like the habanero, but I'm using spicy sausage in mine, and that's another option you have. You can use extra sage, hot sausage, or just ham or whatever you want to put in the middle of it, because this is like a sandwich, and you can do it in a different way if you want to. You don't have to use these molds. You can whip it up in a pan. I'm going to put this in the oven for about 15 minutes, and along with another sheet just like it. And then we'll get our sausage in there in the molds, because I want everything to be kind of the same size, and we'll press it together and enjoy it. So here we go. All right, we have a little more here, so let's put this on there. Real easy, simple. And these molds are really affordable. You can look in the description if you want to use these molds. You don't have to. I'm taking this to lunch. I'm divvying it up, so I'm going with this route, but feel free to take some liberty with it. And let's get this one in the oven as well. I'm shooting for being uniform, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball this, which I never do well. But I'm going to try to press these out and throw these in the oven for about 15 minutes at 350, and we'll have our sausage patties, and they'll be nice and at least round, because I can't even press out a round sausage patty, but I'm going to try to get them as even as I can. And I've got another pan I'm going to do the same thing with. I think it'll be easy to freeze them, you know, make them up and freeze them for food prep. I like eating my lunch at work. I like having it handy, so I don't go crazy and I don't go buy the fast food plates and get stuff I don't need. So yeah, I'll put it in the oven and probe it, and I'm shooting for 165 just to be on the safe side of everything. But and that's what I'm going to go for. I'm thinking it's going to be about 15 minutes based on the size and everything. So all right, everything's all cooked up here. Now it's just final assembly. I've got my eggs, my pancakes, I've got some sausage, and I've got some cheddar left over. I did mix some cheddar in with this, but I've got some to the side just to kind of make it all like glue. And what I'm going to do is put a pancake, a little bit of cheese, egg, guess what? A little bit of cheese, sausage, you guessed it, a little bit of cheese. This is the glue. Okay, the cheese is the glue. And I'm going to put another pancake on top just like that right there. And as you can see, we have got a bona fide blue collar breakfast sandwich. I'm going to repeat the process and get all this used up. And I've turned the oven off. It's still warm, and I'm going to just throw this in there and let it kind of meld together a little bit with the cheese. And This will be my lunch next week, and I'll share it with my buddy Tater and maybe Robert. I don't know. All right, now clearly my math's not mathing right. But anyway, I did have a casualty. I had two of them, two of the pancakes that were so thin they burnt. So they were a casualty here. So, the math didn't come out right. I should have double decked all of them. But what I've done is just took some American cheese, egg, and sausage in the middle. So let's go with this, and I'm gonna put these in the oven. It's still warm from the baking. I'm gonna let everything kind of meld together and put these in sandwich baggies and take them for lunch. Alrighty, now it is taste test time. And yes, this looks different than what I made because I made another batch and made chaffles out of them. And this is not my first taste test. I forgot to turn the camera on for my last one and I ate up all the inventory. So, haha, here's some more. But really, I'm excited about the chaffle. I want to see if it is about the same. So, that is awesome. The chaffle's got a little sweetness to it from the sweetener in it. And if you use a little bit of spicy sausage in there, you got that sweet heat thing going on, and of course cheese, and this would be good with egg too. I didn't put egg on this one like I did the first one. But hey, it's something great and different for breakfast if you're doing the keto thing. I don't care if you're doing keto or not. This is pretty incredible. So until next time, eat well and may the Lord bless you.